What's going on, guys? My name's DK and welcome back to another Dragonball FighterZ video. Today I'll be talking about the February patch notes which just dropped today, so let's get into it. Alright, so first cab off the rank is Party Match, which has now been implemented into the game. Since launch, people have had to create party ring matches, but a lot of people have had issues with getting the no rooms found message. This is now in a fixed area located in the top left hand side of the hub at the Kame house. So all you have to do is just talk to the gentleman at the front of the Kame house now. It'll essentially ask you if you want to join a party match, and it'll actually search and find any party matches going on in that area that you can join. So that's pretty cool. Next, the replay channel has had an update as well, adding 2 new functions: follow channel and search channel. Arcade mode also received an update where if you finish a course, you have a little mini menu where you can go to the character select screen to redo it, course selection so you can switch course and or go to the lobby. They've also added the return to course select and return to character select option in the pause menu. Probably something that should have been in the game to begin with, but it's in there now, so whatever. Alright, so the next change is more for the controller or pad player. Essentially, when an opponent is found when searching for a ring match, casual match, or a ranked match, the controller will now actually vibrate. This is really good because a lot of people put their controllers down and, you know, they usually just stand there in the social hub while they wait for their matches to come through. But if you're not paying attention, or if you can't hear the TV or monitor, or if you don't have your headphones on and whatnot, you can't hear that notification come up. So it's good to have that notification now translate through the controller via vibration, because if you put that down onto a desk or a table or a coffee table or something like that, then at least you'll be notified when you have a match. So that's pretty cool. I like that change. Sucks for stick players because obviously if you're using an arcade stick, you know, you don't have a vibration feature, so we kind of miss out, but oh well. Alright, next it says that the replay data has been adjusted to a newer version. Once this update goes live, you will no longer be able to view any replay data from the old version. This kind of sucks because obviously a lot of people like to hold on to their replays. I guess you could have saved them to your capture gallery and or externally save them like I do to my laptop. There's that, but kind of sucks. If you have like a perfect or something like that, you can't view that anymore. Kind of blows, but I don't exactly know what's better about it, but it's updated to a newer version, so hopefully it's better. The next one is a bug fix for the battle tutorial, which apparently prevented the UI, the user interface, to be displayed properly when the player passes the objective right after the beginning of a match. So I'm guessing that like the HUD would disappear, so it's the little quality of life change there. And so now we're moving on to gameplay changes. The first being movement. Apparently it should feel a little bit more stable. I don't exactly know what that means, but if I had to assume, I've had a lot of issues with like, they're not really big issues, but like small issues where I've gone to go do a normal ground dash and my character just sticks to the ground and doesn't do anything. Not too sure if that was just me being me, like missed inputs, execution errors, stuff like that, or if it's actually a bug in the game. So I don't know, a lot of testing needs to be done with this because no one's really defined what exactly that means, so I guess we have to find out ourselves. The effects and cinematic moments have been adjusted to display more correctly. So there's been a lot of issues with like the transitions and say like dramatic finishes and stuff like that. The audio is like a split second behind, or like maybe even up to a second behind the actual visuals of what's happening. Whether it's lag or connectivity to another player when these things happen, not really sure, but it's nice to know that things are going to be matching up a little bit better for the future, so that's good. So the final gameplay change written here is actually a bug fix to the character switch forced Dragon Rush, aka the snapback. I have a rough idea of what this means, but I can't recall whether this has actually happened to me or not. But essentially the bug was if you used a move that will switch your position to your opponents, aka a instant transmission and or a vanish, or like the Sparking Blast version of the held down vanish, which basically just teleports you behind your opponent, the hitbox would actually become reversed. I'm assuming that like it still thinks that the way that the opponent is coming in, you're facing the wrong way the other way, if that makes sense. Good to know that this has been fixed before it became a really big issue. And I have noticed that a lot more people are using Dragon Rush now to force enemy players in, so that's really good. Alright, let's move on to the online changes. There's only a couple listed here, so the first one written down is to improve the matchmaking of the game. one part of the system has been revamped in order to optimize it. We are planning to gradually continue working on improving this area, which is great to hear. It's good to know that game developers like Arc System Works takes this very seriously and, put a lot of love and a lot of care into their games, into their player base and stuff like that. And I'm all for improvements to the matchmaking, because matchmaking or online in this game or any game helps keep your game alive. So you need to be able to improve it, make sure people are finding more games. I'm kind of getting sick of waiting half an hour for a match, but I don't know if that's because of my connection or if it's because of my actual rank, because I can't find people less than me. I have to find people that are higher than me. I don't know why. I've got it set to open, so yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this puts an end to those half an hour daunting moments where I've got nothing to do but watch wrestling on my laptop. But it is what it is. Improvements in this field are always great, so keep them coming. The next change is for the DLC anime song and BGM pack, which they've changed the settings so that player 1 and player 2 can hear their own chosen songs, which is great, because then you're not forced to listen to the other person's garbage music, which is great. I mean, yeah, I'm all for quality of life changes like that. You don't want to hear what your opponent's song is, like whoever's hosting the match or whatever. So it's good to be able to listen to your own stuff if you want to listen to music or not. Doesn't really matter to me. So, alright, let's move on to other featured updates. First one starting with Shenron. Apparently, if you had a resurrected character and you won a match with a destructive finish or a stage destruction, the effects wouldn't happen. So they fixed that, so then you actually get the effects and the transitions now, so that's great. So the next bug fix is for the voices of supporting characters like Android 17 or the Ginyu Force. Apparently there was a bug with the audio of the supporting characters. Once you called them, nothing would happen. It's great to know that they're not going to be mutes anymore. They're actually going to have voices, so that's always good. Good change to have in this patch and not later down the track. So there was another bug fix to Dragon Rush. So essentially, whenever you snapped another character in, their guard controls or blocking would be reversed. So that would be annoying, because then you'll just get tagged by everything. If that did happen to you, there was no way to block. It's good to know that it's been picked up this early and don't have that problem ever again in the future, so that's great to hear. There's also a bunch of character changes as well, but I'm not going to detail them because they're mainly just quality of life changes, nothing too crazy, no buffs or nerfs or frame changes or anything like that, so I'm not going to bother. They're more to do with the Ultimate Z changes and turning people invisible, so it's good to know that they're getting rid of that, because both players end up scratching their heads when stuff like that happens, and obviously it's just completely distracting from the match. So that's good to hear. But that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this patch notes video for the end of February update to Dragonball FighterZ. There's still a few updates and changes I want to see. I'm sure you do too. Leave a comment on this video detailing what features, updates, or changes you want to see. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Drop a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already for more Dragonball FighterZ content. Thank you very much for watching. My name is DK and I'll catch you guys next time.